Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Friday, April 21st, 2023. A two-vehicle collision in 29 Palms resulted in 3 people suffering injuries. Morongo Basin Ambulance responded to a report of a collision yesterday just after 11 a.m. on 29 Palms Highway near Mojave Avenue. They report that 2 vehicles were involved and that 3 people were injured severely enough to require further medical attention. One patient, a female, approximately 67 years old, was transported to a local hospital for treatment of her injuries. 2 patients, a male approximately 55 years old and another whose identity remains unknown, were transported to Desert Regional for treatment of their injuries. The California State Fish and Game Commission met in Fresno over the last 2 days, and though protections for the western Joshua Tree were briefly discussed, no action was taken on the matter. The Joshua Tree was only scheduled for a brief administrative discussion by the Commission. They acknowledged that, at the moment, 2 separate pieces of legislation, both titled Western Joshua Tree Conservation Act, are being considered by state legislators. They acknowledged that the 2 pieces of legislation are quite different and that there is more work to be done with both of them moving forward. The city of 29 Palms has a new council member, Octavia Scott, who took office earlier this year. Scott was the guest on last Friday's Z107.7 Up Close show, where he spoke with host Gary Daigneault about issues facing the high desert city. Scott outlined a major concern of his, which is the high rental rate in 29 Palms.
From the census record, we're about 70% of our homes are rental occupied. Renters occupy them. So we have a low home ownership rate. That's a lot. And people will say, well, it's because we're a military town. So a lot of people, they're living in military housing. So that's the reason why our rental rate is higher than average. But I've been around the country and I've been in a lot of military cities. It's kind of unique in 29 Palms. We have a problem with home ownership here. So we have to increase home ownership.
When Scott was asked about what the city is doing to meet the need for affordable housing, he stressed that new affordable housing is not the solution for 29 Palms, saying that the town should work with people and help them to purchase homes in the area for themselves.
What we have to do is we got to increase home ownership. If we got to do workshops, if we got to educate the public. We live in a rural area, so you don't even need a down payment if you use the USDA loan. You can actually buy property in 29 Palms without money down. We should be encouraging our residents to do this so that we're not relying on some corporatist from LA who's bought all these properties up and now they want $2,500 for a 3-bedroom house a month.
You can listen to Gary Daigneault's full interview with Councilmember Octavia Scott as a podcast on Z107.7fm.com or wherever you get your podcasts. The Z107.7 Up Close show airs every Friday at 10 a.m. here on Z107.7. Tortoise Rock Casino wants to give you 3 steps tonight for the performance of Mr. Skinnerd, a tribute to Leonard Skinnerd. Tonight's show, like Tortoise Rock's entire concert series, is as free as a bird. This free concert series, called Live at the Rock, is running every Friday and is celebrating Tortoise Rock's 9th anniversary. Every Friday through the end of May, a fantastic tribute band will be playing hit songs on the casino floor. All shows begin at 8 p.m. at Tortoise Rock Casino in 29 Palms. For a list of upcoming acts, see this story at Z107.7fm.com or visit tortoiserockcasino.com. A sci-fi book sale is materializing at the Yucca Valley Library. Futuristic cyber reporter Robert Hayden zaps in from the metaverse with this hollow report.
Gather an away team or take this mission on solo. The Friends of the Yucca Valley Library are holding a sci-fi themed book sale this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Explore the strange and exciting worlds hidden inside science fiction books. Grab an alien coloring book for kids and block harmful mind-probing rays with a tinfoil hat and you'll receive a free paperback. You can also bid on 2 Integratron sound baths, take a picture with a 4-foot alien, and if you beam in at 1:30, everything must go and they'll start handing out bags for you to fill with all the sci-fi you can carry. All sales go to benefit the Yucca Valley Library. Sorry, no Imperial or Republic credits are accepted. American dollars only. This is the way. Reporting for Z107.7 News, this is Robert Hayden.
The Public Arts Advisory Committee for the City of 29 Palms will showcase a special exhibition of artwork by art students from Copper Mountain College beginning tomorrow. Arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas tells you how to get in on The Desert Dreamin'.
The Spring Art in Public Places exhibition at the 29 Palms Visitor Center and Gallery will feature Desert Dreams, a special exhibition of artwork by the art students of Copper Mountain College. Desert Dreams is a collection of original prints, drawings, and paintings that explore the surreal beauty of the Mojave Desert. This exhibition features works from current art students at Copper Mountain College and showcases a variety of techniques, from dry point prints to full-color pastel pieces. Organized by artist and art instructor Chloe Allred, the exhibition will be on view at the Visitor Center through June 25th. An opening reception will be held for the artist on Saturday, April 22nd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the 29 Palms Visitor Center and Gallery. Admission is free and the public is invited to attend and meet the artists. Reporting for Z107.7, this is arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas.
Congressman Jay Obernolte has announced the 2023 Congressional Art Competition for high school students in his district. With more on this, here's Al Weatherup.
U.S. Congressman Jay Obernolte is inviting high school students from California's 23rd District to participate in the 2023 Congressional Art Competition. Each spring, members of the U.S. House of Representatives host a nationwide high school art contest to showcase the talents of America's young artists. The winning artwork will be displayed at the United States Capitol, and second and third place submissions will be displayed in district offices. The deadline to apply is 5 p.m. on May 1st. For more information, call 760-247-1815 or go to the links on Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Al Weatherup.
Invasive species, or plants that are not indigenous to the area and harm humans, wildlife, and other native plants, are having a boom year here in the Morongo Basin. Reporter Heather Clisby joins us with information on how to spot these invaders and help reduce the spread of these weeds.
Good news, all that rain and random snow has enabled desert blooms to pop. Bad news, the precipitation has done the same for invasive plants. And while the human eye may love green carpeting on the desert floor, it means less water for native plants and dangerous fuel for wildfires. These invaders are upsetting the natural ecosystem of our desert. Frequent invaders include annual grasses, red brome, cheatgrass, schismus from the Mediterranean region. Cheatgrass is highly flammable and spreads easily. Unwittingly, the grass hitches a ride on our clothing and shoes. Fountain grass, another invasive, is an ornamental plant commonly sold in nurseries and easily dispersed by wind. But if there is a headliner of weeds, it is definitely the mustards, primarily Sahara mustard, London rocket, and Eastern rocket. The park has reported extensive infestations of Sahara mustard, and while this noxious weed is fairly low density, it forms large monocultures that exclude other species, essentially a plant bully. The presence of sorghum and millet are proving troublesome too. Invasive plant technician Yoslin Ayala, who works with the Great Basin Institute at JTMP, warns that these invasive weeds often arrive via birdseed. Want to know how to help? Look for this story at Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Heather Clisby.
2 perfect games of bowling were rolled on Wednesday night in 29 Palms. As part of the opening game for the Bowladium's Bowling League, 2 bowlers each scored 300 points in a single game. Daniel Stransky was first, followed by Andrew Dyer. Bowladium owner Dan Mintz Sr. said, "This was the first time in the long history of the Bowladium that 2 perfect games were bowled on the same night." And finally, the 29 Palms High School boys varsity Wildcats tennis team traveled to Banning High School to face the Broncos yesterday. The Wildcats won 16-2. In singles action, Jason Palayan swept all 3 of his sets, Justice Fontius won both of his sets, and Nehemiah Dowell won both of his sets. In doubles action, the teams of Aryun Sani and Aiden Mintz, Braden Chambers and Luke Bowers, and Brian Huang and Kai Jilson swept all 3 of their sets. The Wildcats are now 7-6. The Wildcats will finish the season in 4th place and qualify for the CIF playoffs. The Wildcats host Indio today for their senior night and will participate in the DVL individual finals on Monday. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear news happening, let us know about it. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmetz.